Good afternoon, and welcome to this brief webinar today about being a transactional agent or being a relational agent. So what do I mean by being a transactional agent or being a relational agent? So this webinar is in preparation for our business planning that will be coming up in the next 60 days. For 2018, you need to know, do you prefer to be a transactional agent or do you prefer to be a relational agent? And in 2017, were you a relational agent or were you a transactional agent? So let's look at the difference. A transactional agent is one that relies on the next transaction coming from maybe an internet lead or walk-in at an open house or a cold call. There's no prior relationship with that client. It's more of a one and done. There's no follow-up system. They are just basically going after one transaction, one after another. No ongoing marketing. And at the end of that closed transaction, you are basically out of business. So it's just one transaction at a time. That is a transactional agent. A relational agent is one that works by referral. It is one built on relationships with your buyers and sellers. And over the course of your career, if you are primarily a relational agent, you will sell to the same client 3, 4, 5 houses and 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 referrals from that happy client. So we have been in a very robust market. We have had lots of opportunities for transactions with new clients with one transaction where we've been a transactional agent. I want you to think about how do you take those transactions and build relationships with those people so when they decide to buy or sell in the future, because of your relationship with them and the good job you've done, then they will reach out to you and they will do lots of repeat business for you. And if it is handled correctly, and if you have a touch system, an automated way to keep in contact with all your past clients and all of your close friends and sphere of influence, then you will have an insured pipeline of buyers and sellers no matter what the market does. And that's the key word. No matter what the market environment is, because the market environment is not anything that we can change or that we have any control over. The only thing we can have control over is how we stay in touch with the people who know that we're in real estate and the people that have done business with us and the people that we want to do business with us in the future. So not being so transactional and moving toward being more relational should be part of your strategy for 2018. So how do you do that? So here are the facts. You've heard this before. 70% of all sales of all realtors is relational. That means it's repeat business, it's referral business, it's based on a relationship with the agent, between the agent and the client. Only 11% of all sales are from internet leads or more transactional, one and done. You sell them the house. Sometimes you get the opportunity to create a relationship and do repeat business, and sometimes you don't. Internet leads, I'm very concerned that many agents in our system and in our MLS, in our market, are completely dependent on internet leads. And so we need to start thinking about how do we wean ourselves off of that dependence and move toward doing what we can to control our future through becoming a relational agent. So here's how you do that. To ensure you have a pipeline, you have to have a database of people. That's all your past clients, your family, your neighbors, your friends, people you've worked with before, children, parents of children in the PTA, at your school, and so forth. You sit down and make a list of those people. You touch them 17 times a year. Here's an example. 1 email of value per month, not just an email, because the public consumers are becoming very desensitized to emails. So it has to be a good email. It has to be when they see your name in their mailbox once a month, they know that it's something they need to read. Trends in real estate, the stats from your local MLS, something about financing, something about home maintenance, something that they don't get from 15 or 16 other people. 1 phone conversation per quarter, and then something once a year in the mail, like a basketball schedule, a Christmas card, or something that they like. and then maybe a gift, a pumpkin at Halloween, or a basket of fruit at the holidays. So you manage all of these touches. You manage all this activity through an automated system. It's called a CRM. A CRM stands for Client Relationship Manager. Peak Performance is an example of one. Top Producer is an example of one. Salesforce is an example of one. Blueprint is an example of one. Peak Performance is what you pay for monthly, but it is by no means mandatory. So if you have found a better CRM program that works for you, that's cost effective, then please use it. You do not have to use Peak Performance, but you do have to be using a CRM, or you are really kidding yourself about being in the real estate business on purpose or with intention. So you set up that pipeline in Peak Performance, and here's how that works. Or if you don't use Peak Performance, then you can go to Top Producer or whatever you like. But it's all based around people. And in our Peak Performance, you enter your contacts. Once you get your contacts in there, then what do you do with them? Well, I want you to go over today to the Marketing tab. And under the Marketing tab, there are 6 choices of activities you can do. Again, you can't do any of these if you don't have people, if you don't have contacts in your CRM. Click on Client Marketing Plans. These are drip email campaigns for many different scenarios in our business that you can set up, and they will work while you're sleeping. It's automated. You don't have to think about it. So if you had a buyer or a seller that you closed yesterday, you go down to this client marketing plan called Souls. And the fine print says, this plan is designed to keep in contact with sold clients from day 1 through 5 years. Use this plan to help become their agent for life. All you do is click on Add Contacts. It's going to take you back to your CRM so you can search. And I'm going to add myself. And there I am. So I hit search. And that's me right there. It says there's an active email address here. So I hit next. And what happens, it takes me to this screen that says, beginning today, I am going to attach Bonnie Mays to this client marketing plan. And you can see all the things that are going to happen all the way out for 1,830 days, which is October of 2022. When I click Assign this client marketing plan to this contact, I don't have to do anything else. For 5 years, I'm going to receive something, and then you as the agent are going to be reminded that it's time to make a phone call along the way here. 4 phone calls a year and an email a month. That's the minimum to stay in touch with a client. So think about how in 2018, do you want to be more of a relational agent, or do you want to be just a transaction agent? And in 2017, were you a transactional agent or were you a relational agent? If you're already a relational agent, good for you. How do you increase that? How do you improve that? Maybe 17 touches a year is not enough. Maybe you need to up that to 30 touches a year. How are you going to do it? What are you going to do? So be thinking about this, because we will be entering into a time of business planning very soon. Thank you so much.